Just the changing the coverage from you guys playing a lot of press man last year to doing more cover 3 and stuff this year. How do you feel like that?
I think it was good the first week. We got a chance to really get our eyes on the quarterback, make a lot of plays on the ball, and I think you avoid receivers running you off, because when you play so much press man, they just start to run you off, and it also saves your legs over the course of the game.
What's the biggest change for you in that scenario?
I think the biggest change is I'm able to kind of display my speed more, my ability to break on the ball.
When you were being recruited, did they talk a lot about press man? Was that kind of part of the enticement to get you to come here? Because that's obviously something maybe that at the next level they're looking at.
I know Coach Cohn he kind of stressed that the philosophy at Ohio State was that we're going to press a lot because it just kind of translates to the NFL. They want DBs that are able to press. But just kind of the way that game is moving with the spread offenses, I know that being able to mix in some zone is also good.
Jeff, I know that Damon has a cast on his hand, so that might explain this, but does he still get a hard time for dropping that pick thrown his way?
He gets a hard time just because he was by himself, so I'm going to give him a hard time, but I know he's going to give himself a hard time. It's all good.
You talked, I think, early in training camp about just the mentality that he's had coming back to work this season. How's that showing up? He's got one game under his belt, and what is he playing like on the practice field for you guys as well?
I think he's really bringing a lot of energy to the defense. I know he missed one practice during fall camp and it didn't feel the same. So I think what he does really well is give the defense a lot of energy, and guys feed off of him, and he even pushes the offensive guys because he's just so competitive, and they kind of want to go at him because he's just talking so much smack.
And Coach Hafley talked about how maybe you guys were a little more basic with the play calls and the game plan on Saturday, just when the score got out of hand. How much more is there that you guys can show, or more stuff you can add to this defense as you go along?
I would say that I think the way our defense is kind of based on simplicity, so I don't know if it's necessarily anything else more that we can show, but I think it's about the things that we're doing right now and just getting better at them week by week.
You all collectively wanted to make a point, I think, in this first game. You talked quite a bit about that in the build-up, about their growth as a group. You had 9 starters back, and you all had to grow up a little bit.
Yeah.
What do you think you put on the field Saturday that showed some of that growth?
I think we played a really good first half. I know Coach Hafley was telling us that that's one of the best first halves of defense that he's seen, but I think the next step is to be able to go 4 quarters and really just show that the Silver Bulls are back.
You had a deflection in the first half where you got a ball thrown to the sideline, you got your hand in there, knocked it down, and you hopped up, and it looked like there was something that you'd been like hunting for that. Can you explain that sensation and what that kind of represents and the work you all put in this offseason?
I think it just felt good to be back in the shoe, playing in front of all those fans, and I think the first game of the season is really just a lot of energy. So I was just feeding off the energy from the sideline, from the fans, from the bullets, all that.
Jeff,
you know it's go ahead.
It's okay, buddy.
No,
I like it. You're
ahead.
okay. No, I was just going to ask you about Cincinnati. When you're getting ready to play a team that has this dual threat quarterback, they can throw it enough, and they run it really well. What's your analysis so far on their threat and what you might have to do to counter that?
Well, I think Cincinnati's a really good team. They're going to play really tough. I think it's going to be a game that's won on toughness. So, I mean, I know they have a lot of pride with being an Ohio team, but we have a lot of pride too. So I'm interested to see how that all plays out.
I think they're a team that will, I know a lot of teams probably do, but they will take some shots downfield. They're sort of a pound it and then try to go over the top sort of a team. Do you think they're sort of like they want to pound the ball and then go over the top kind of a team?
I mean, I think they're going to take their shots on the field, but I mean, every team will. So it's up to us to play good technique and get our eyes around, make plays on the ball.
Why do you think in the first game you guys did a pretty good job of limiting big plays? That was kind of an issue last year, 20, 30-yard chunk plays, but first game you guys did a pretty good job of limiting those. Why do you think that was?
I think we've emphasized running to the football all fall camp, so our pursuit to the football really helps eliminate it because you make one guy miss and it's someone else right there. He misses someone else right there. So it's kind of like a swarm to the football. I mean, you're not going to make all 11 guys miss unless you're like Barry Sanders or something. It's not like Barry Sanders, so.
Jeff, there were a few plays in the first half where you fought off blocks and darted into the backfield and hit them like we haven't really seen you hit somebody, I feel like. And I know that it's been a progression. Freshman year, you just wanted to get on the field. Last year, you're getting your bearings. But like, is this year, do you feel like a different player from an attitude perspective, from a confidence perspective? I mean, have you arrived to where you can really do some stuff?
I wouldn't say I arrived. I think I'm just getting better and just more confident in my abilities. Really worked hard with Coach Mick this offseason to get my strength up. So when you're able to go out there and just not worry about your strength or my shoulder, it's just going out there and playing full speed. And that's what I'm just getting. I just need to be able to keep doing that every week, consistency.
A couple more questions for Jeff.
When you guys just reviewed the film this week, what was your overall takeaways on how the defense performed in week 1? Is there anything you guys have been emphasizing trying to do better for week 2?
Finish. I mean, if you start, I think they had at one point negative 16 yards maybe coming to halftime. So, I mean, for them to end up with, I think, maybe 200 plus yards, it just kind of shows that we didn't finish the way we started, and that's what that has to be the goal. I mean, if we have negative 16 at halftime, they got to have negative 16 in the game.
What are the keys to that? What are the things you guys have to do differently so that you are able to play as well at the end of the game as you do at the beginning?
Attention to detail. So, and also when the twos come in, there can't be a drop-off. I mean, I think Coach Johnson said, when you step on the field, you're a silver bullet. So it doesn't matter if you're a 2 or a 3. It's an expectation that you have to maintain on the field.
Jeff, when you're on the back end and the linebackers are flowing the ball the way they do, can you feel, as a corner, as somebody in the secondary, can you feel how quickly the linebackers are getting the ball? I mean, does it make your job a little bit easier knowing how much faster the linebackers are playing this year?
I mean, I don't necessarily see it just because I'm either looking at the quarterback, looking at my man, but I mean, when you cut on the tape, I guess when guys are, when you're able to make plays because the linebackers are flowing, you kind of show appreciation to them. I mean, you don't really see it on the field, but I guess after the fact, you're able to kind of thank them for doing their job.
Do you do that? Do you say, hey, thanks?
Yeah,
Nice
always. I mean, everything has to be, I guess, in cohesion.
Jeff, what was that moment last year when you kind of let it all loose as far as the confidence of just breaking on balls, breaking on passes, breaking on moves? Do you remember when it kind of all came together for you? I mean, having the confidence of what you were seeing and getting after it?
I think after Purdue, so when I came back from Michigan State, we had a stretch where we played Michigan State, Maryland, Michigan, and Northwestern, Washington. So that stretch of playing those good teams, I think I was able to really just finally break through and kind of be comfortable more identifying route concepts, press man ability. And I think that stretch just kind of carried on to the spring. Coach Hafley's helped me with some technical stuff. And then now coming into the season, I feel more comfortable than ever.
Last
How
question.
important was it to get one of those kind of plays early in the game? I mean, Saturday. I mean, what does that do for you when you make a play like that? When you explode to the ball, you know what I mean, there on the sideline?
I think it just, I would say I think it's just my job, just doing my job. I wouldn't say that it does anything fundamental. It just lets me know that lets my teammates know that I'm doing my job. And if I'm doing my job, then it just puts a standard up high so then everyone else knows that they have to do their job.
Yeah.